Hey there, it's Dr. Brooke here, and I want to wish you a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving week. And I want to chime in with a few quick reminders and motivators to keep you on your alcohol free journey and not overindulging this Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I look forward to every year the food, the fun, the environment, and really, even though the holiday is about overindulgence, there are ways that we can still enjoy ourselves without going too far in the wrong direction. Now, if you're a follower of mine, you may be sober or sober curious. And so I want to chat with you a little bit about how not to drink on Thanksgiving and some simple strategies you can use to make sure that you're not going into the holiday and setting yourself up for giving in to that drink or that overindulgence. Now, first and foremost, I want you to think about the day, not just the Thanksgiving dinner, but think about the day as a whole. I want you to think about what you are going to do before your Thanksgiving event that's going to set you up for success. So I'm always talking about not going to our Thanksgiving dinner hungry. I know that it can be tendency to want to skip our meals earlier in the day to quote save up for later on. And what happens is if we skip earlier in the day, we may go into the situation with low blood sugar. When our blood sugar is low, we are going to have less control over our decision making. That's going to make it harder to say no to a drink if we're craving one, and it's going to make it a lot easier for us to overindulge in those foods. So you never want to show up to your Thanksgiving event hungry. You want to have something to eat for breakfast, depending on the time, maybe something to eat for lunch, and you want to focus on that protein. You also want to make sure to have non-alcoholic beverage alternatives. Maybe that is a mocktail drink that you're going to bring to your Thanksgiving dinner. If you're hosting, maybe you are making a mocktail or you are getting some of your favorite non-alcoholic beverages, even if that's a Diet Coke or an iced tea, so that you know you have something to keep your hand on during the feast. Now, it is very, very common for us to want to enjoy those foods that we love. And I am a huge believer that we should enjoy those foods. It's a special holiday, it's one time a year, and so it's okay to have some foods or maybe a little too much of the foods that we wouldn't normally have. We also want to shift the focus away from being so much on the food, the alcohol, to looking at what our environment is, our family. What can we focus on in kind of our direct space that we can enjoy instead of thinking about all of these other factors like the food or the alcohol. I also always say that aside from the foods themselves, thinking about how to support your digestion along the way and your blood sugar. So maybe that's making sure you get some movement to support your digestion before or after a meal. Maybe you get the family together to go for a walk after a meal. This is going to help reduce that sluggish feeling. It's going to help us regulate our blood sugar a little bit better after a heavy meal. And it's going to help us feel a little bit better and more connected. So I wrote all about this in today's Substack, which is right here in this post. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts, your comments. What tools are you trying this year? And what ways are you going to approach this Thanksgiving a little bit differently? I look forward to seeing you soon. And I'm wishing you a happy, happy holiday week.